What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we reached the end. This is our 12th episode of our Mercury through Sign series, so you already know we'll be discussing Mercury and Pisces. So, what's Mercury? Mercury is our analytical intelligence, how we read, how we write, how we memorize things, our overall intellect. Mercury is our communication style, how we socialize with others, how the words sound coming out of our mouths. Mercury, it represents our interests or our skills, more specifically skills by hand. What's Pisces? Pisces is the sign of transcendence. It's a sign of spirituality, compassion, isolation, secrets, so on and so forth. Alright? So let's get into it. First thing we say about this Mercury is that this Mercury is not of this world. Alright? As we've seen with Mercury in the 11th and the 10th and the 9th, it is very much so concerned with going out and building something within the world. This Mercury is in a state of pure reflection, but it can be such a beautiful thing. Alright? Here's one of those where it's been said that Mercury is debilitated in Pisces. And for the fact of what Mercury represents, like we said before, our analytical intelligence, this is 180 degrees away from being analytical. So, in the terms of Mercury is debilitated, quote unquote, I would say because when it comes to learning, right, like school traditionally, take this test, memorize these notes, regurgitate it. This Mercury in Pisces is like, what is the point? Like, I don't feel connected to this. I don't see the bigger picture behind this. Like, why am I memorizing just to reiterate what it is I already know? So, in terms of schooling, early on, these guys don't necessarily, I don't want to say not do well, but their mind they have to adjust to school. Alright? One thing, especially with being a teacher, man, oh my God, the Pisces students, at least I always know the Pisces sons are some daydreamers. And then if I see a kid who is just daydreaming a lot, I look them up and they most likely got something, Mercury or Moon or something in Pisces. So the imagination is bright, right? So this makes this Mercury very, very artistic. This Mercury would rather create or like draw something or express themselves in an artistic manner than straight out communication. So that's mostly, the big thing with these guys is that they may not always have the words to express exactly how they feel. So the communication, it can be a lot of miscommunications with others. I will tell you this though, they may not be able to necessarily come out with the words, but they feel your words on a very, very deep level. For anybody who's out there who's in a relationship with someone who may be, a Pisces or a Mercury in Pisces, maybe you can vouch for me. But these people, if you're trying to hide something, like in the sense of like, okay, I'm really feeling shitty, but I'm going to try to put on a happy face right now, Mercury and Pisces sees through it. Like, they're excellent at reading vibes as far as like, whether it be, all water signs are good at reading body language, but Pisces knows and it affects them. So a lot of times, you'll see, I'll get people with Mercury and Pisces or Pisces placements that come and they're like, oh my God, like my mom or my dad is so depressing and, I'm trying to be there for them, but it weighs me down. So with this Mercury, I would say it's imperative to constantly be checking in with your feelings and understanding what is yours and what belongs to others, right? But here's the gift of the Mercury. Now, the Mercury does have the ability to be, logical. So through their sense of, intuition and things like that, this Mercury can be wise. All right, they can understand how to, help people through their own sorrow and things of that nature. But more times than not, it comes through some type of artistic endeavor. All right, whether it be poetry, art, even like through film and how the person expressing themselves in dress. Okay, so I like this. I like Mercury and Pisces with Aries or Aquarius. As crazy as it sounds, like, when it's a sun in Pisces, it gets very, very watery. But when we get an Aquarius sun with this Mercury and Pisces, this is a worldly person. This is someone who is seeing the bigger picture. They got this. They got the hint of spirituality, where they believe. Okay, and they're geared towards finding logical ways towards expressing these spiritual insights that they have or feel. So the consummate humanitarian for me is that Aquarius sun with Mercury and Pisces. Aries sun with Mercury and Pisces is so productive. It's like, it's funny because Aries is the first sign, right? But whenever I get Aries sun with Mercury and Pisces, I get old soul. It's just like this feeling of an old soul where someone's like, you know what? I know exactly what it is that I need to do. And the Aries energy helps them implement it. So it kind of like clears the fog out of the Mercury and Pisces with its imagination. All right. So these can be the Aries suns. The Aries suns with the Mercury and Pisces tend to be the good students, or the more like, okay, this is what I'm going after. All right. But they still, the thing with them is that they have to just learn to stick with things, and when the watery nature, the depressing moods come, not to let impulsiveness tear down everything that they built. All right. With Pisces, with Sun in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, these are the real, like I said, could be psychics, people who are very much so intuitive about their environment and the people that they're interacting and communicating with. And, the artistic ability is much more brightened. One thing I will say for this, though, because this is the type of astrologer I am, I take notes of patterns. So, within the fixed stars, I don't know the name, but I think it's 3 degrees of Pisces that it creates. You could like say from 3 degrees to like even 11 degrees. I've seen within the spectrum, but a lot has been within like the 3-degree range. Artists, poets, really, okay? People who are gifted with the ability to communicate everything they feel and everything they see. All right, so there is, like I said, it's considered debilitated here, but don't take it in the sense of analytical work, school work. But there's a lot here. There's a lot that can be got out of this position, and so pay attention to your degrees, okay, and then pay attention to the aspects that this Mercury is making. And as far as the positive goes, guys, you already know. You can go with Jupiter or you could go with Neptune. All right, whichever one really, really works for you. Do I have anything else to say about these Mercury and Pisces, guys? Oh yeah, words of advice. Seek to communicate directly. All right, find a avenue, right, of expression, whether it be your career, okay, or just simply writing in a notebook or your art, but seek to be more communicative, because more times than not you're right about what you feel and you have a lot of wisdom to communicate. It's just a matter of getting it out. All right, and the more you do that, the more that those chakras going to open up. I've seen this many times. All right, Mercury in Pisces, when you don't communicate, you know, what it is you feel, you slip more into that fog. By doing that and sharing your wisdom, you become a bit more enlightened about the things you already know. Alright? So guys, this is my interpretation of Mercury through Pisces. It's been a wonderful Mercury through sign series. I got some more episodes on the God coming. If you need a reading, feel free to email me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so as well. And until next time, peace.